So, it's been a little while. Last session, you all repaired the scavenger, which is that kind of infernal machine, your infernal motorbikes, so to speak, that allowed you to make it to Fort Knucklebone. When you entered the fort with Chuka and Clonk, the two Kenkus that you had run into when they were out looking for parts, you were introduced to the leader of Fort Knucklebone, Mad Maggie. Mad Maggie was a hag of some kind, which Lulu let you know after the fact that that's the situation going on there. But Mad Maggie said that she would be able to restore Lulu's memories, but she needed a few days to get things ready and suggested the gremlins make themselves at home and don't take the red caps too seriously. As you finally got some rest, Eris made an eye patch for Pip. And when Pip was on watch, there were two ravens that were, or crows, I can't remember what I said, but they were black birds.
Paladin is Maggie feeling.
Yeah. And they were watching him intently. When Pip looked at the ravens, they saw his eye and ominously called Snake Eye. So, as we start this session, you all have a day or two before Mad Maggie is ready. So, there's going to be some downtime. You all can get back into your RP, get back into your characters, figure out all their hopes and dreams that they've had, all their memories they've forgotten.
I was about to say, Eris down one broken dream.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can explore the fort, talk to some of the inhabitants. This is time you could study Infernal, try to get a couple rolls there. So yeah, the fort is your oyster. Mad Maggie said you all can roam around, see what's going on. So as we start the session, I believe Pip had just finished up watch, and you all were waking up, getting ready for the day, and Pip has his new eye patch on.
Yes, sure does.
Oh, eye patch looks good, Pip.
Thanks. Yeah,
power. That's good. Oh, do you think that's gonna make spells harder? It's like shooting a bow. True.
Yeah.
Right, I forgot. Not everyone's rolled in with such a simple character that they just need a few internal mantras to get back into it.
Pip's like, who's my mommy? Hold on, what's going on? what bad person am I connected to in this campaign? Hold on.
I was about to say, doesn't Pip have like 4 answers for that question?
Yeah, he's technically got 4 moms in a way.
Only one of them's bad and disapproved from the party.
Yeah.
It's a good ratio, you know?
No, Spark asked Pip if he thinks it'll make it harder to cast spells with an eye patch, and Pip's like, I didn't think about that. You could try and cast minor illusion of Val.
Nice.
Of a Val. Right in front of
or
him.
kind of instinctively is like,
I mean,
but
she's not real. I mean, she is in a way, because technically anything is real. You can stops the spell.
no, hopefully when we return home, whatever caused the allergy will pass.
Hopefully. Kind of bad if it didn't. There's probably more fey things on the material plate than there are here. That'd be bad.
Oh no, you're right. Spark remembering that That the namesake of Val being, I think it was a Herringen.
Yeah.
Remembering that
It's
there
okay.
are
He's dead. It's fine. We won't need to run into him.
Yeah, but his parents are still alive and in Briar's Glen.
Except their parents are here and gone as well. Maybe Valen was adopted.
True.
Good point. But
I
just the fact that that he has run into at least one Fey folk before we get into the argument of would elves cause the allergy to trigger. He's like, oh no. That's a very good point. Oh, right, and I guess we'll say for the night prior to the long rest, it's been a while. I had only one first level spell slot marked. He would have burned all of his spell slots on create water to stock up our friends and the gremlins.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll, if needed, calculate out how many gallons of water that is.
Enough. Yeah, you're able to fill all the water skins, whatever you need. Unfortunately, even with it being a spell, as soon as the water is created on this plane, it just
probably started to evaporate.
It doesn't start to evaporate. It just tastes like trash. It tastes so bad. It's like the most stagnant, like gross, also somehow like really chlorinated. It's just any water that you can tell tastes bad to drink. That's what it does as soon as it appears. But it's magically created, so you're sure it's safe to drink. It's just not pleasant to drink.
It's magically disgusting.
Out of character, what is this, Dasani?
Yeah. That's where they get it from. Straight from the Nine Hells.
Really sticks it to us.
Yeah.
Specs just kind of pauses for a moment, is like, huh. And he looks at how much water he created. Maybe one night, if we want, I might be able to make enough for us to bathe. I'm sure the ambient temperature of this plane makes it, and he sticks his hand in like one of the jugs of water. Is like, it's probably pretty warm just from existing here.
Well, you know I love to be clean, and warm water is the best.
I said, did someone say babe?
Say babe?
Yeah, this is the group that spent like 2 sessions in a bathhouse, not wanting to do anything else, wanting to go just continuously back to a bathhouse after one night out in the streets.
Listen,
you
say one night out in the streets like we didn't just crawl through a cult basement and murder a prominent figure of the city.
And almost die.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Oh yeah, the fact that we got away with that long rest that we only took on principle of, oh no, Sparks tapped in both spell slots and HP. A stiff breeze will drop him.
Yeah.
And Pip and Eris aren't doing too hot on spell slots either.
Still not doing hot on spell slots. I don't think I get another spell slot
for a while.
Till next level.
Next level.
I only need one more.
Listen, I joke that it's rough being a half caster. At least I'm not a quarter caster.
I can't remember. Nefira, did you pick up a dagger? And did we identify it, or did you not pick up a dagger?
Was it the dagger found in the corpse of the dude from the train?
I took it, and I said, no, I'm not giving it back, it's mine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we identified it.
That.
Okay.
We know about how spicy that dagger is.
Yeah, I want to make sure we remember about that.
I forgot how we talked about, storage of the skip the astral sea dagger. Cause that dagger is very spicy.
Yeah.
Especially for not dealing any fire damage.
I'm trying to find it in my notes where I put what that dagger was, because I had a few ideas for it, and so now I don't want to say what it is if
Max,
it's
I will
not.
DM what you told us it was.
Okay.
Since my whole I don't like to verbally curse thing is like, I technically cannot verbally say what this dagger is.
It's a fuck 'em up dagger?
Okay.
I didn't know that was the one I went with.
I mean,
but-
that's just all daggers when used properly.
Alright, cool. But yeah, so, as Spark lets you all know about this bath situation, again...
Okay, now I really need to find out how many gallons of water he could magically produce.
It might be more like a bird bath that you all are going to be able to do, but being clean would be nice. Eris, Eris or Nafira, what are you all doing as you wake up and kind of get ready for the day?
Yes, Kiki?
I think Eris gets ready and is being impatient. Probably like pacing around the room a lot. She doesn't have anything to do yet.
Harris, I think notes for names. Even Clonk mentioned there's some work we can help with. If you want something to busy yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. I can definitely help with all the things. I'm gonna go do that.
Hold on before we. So I can create an additional. So if Spark puts everything into casting Create Destroy Water, including the ability to restore up to... I need to double check if it's a level 2 spell slot or up to 2 spell slots, because how it's written in Tasha's is different than how it's written in D&D Beyond, and this might be imprudent when he wants to recoup like 2 level 1 spell slots instead of a level 2 spell slot. But basically, at maximum, he can produce 100 gallons of water a day.
That's a lot of gallons. Yeah, I think that's enough for a bath.
Like
So yeah, can make a small bath. Maybe
Yeah.
it won't fit all 4 of us, but
Take turns, you know?
yeah. Take turns,
Get to decide who gets to go first and have clean water.
But it's gonna be ambient, and also if we put Eris partway through the middle, it will be sterilized.
And hot again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's always gonna be hot. Isn't the ambient temperature in this plane like 100 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yeah, but to make it because the whole thing is like everything about this plane is supposed to be uncomfortable. That just means this water
true.
is like the worst lukewarm. It's like when you get in, you're like, it's not even cold or hot. Like, what is this?
Oh my
It's
God.
like body temperature, so it doesn't even feel like you're in water.
my-
Yeah. So Eris could help, make it a little warmer. But yeah, Eris, you at Spark's reminder, you remember that Chuka and Clonk, the Kenkus, needed some help with items that they were kind of repairing, one of the scavengers or whatnot. So yeah, if you want to set out to find them, you are more than welcome to. Anyone who wants to join you as well, or if people want to split, it's not a super large area, so we could do either whatever you want. So Spark and Eris are going.
And just a reminder, in character also specifically to Pip, do not mention loosely that Spark can magically produce water, which is probably a commodity here.
Don't loosely mention Sparks commodes. Got it.
That 20 intelligence is where?
That 20 intelligence is filtered from an 8 wisdom.
Pip. Mage armor.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
good point. Have it. Also, sorry, and he will cast Good Berries. So I can produce 90 gallons a day, because we also do need to feed ourselves.
True. Yeah.
It's surprising how this place doesn't make them any more worse.
I think it already knows that if you're resorting to
can't
good
get
berries
worse.
for food, you're already in hell, so.
Good berries actually originated in hell.
Oh my God.
Down with Dasani, or exports. But
They can't. They grow in that grove we passed through with.
exactly,
the,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the creepy druid.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so Spark and Eris, you're going to head out to help Chuka and Clonk. Nefira and Pip, are you all going to go with them, or are you going to do something different?
We're gonna go.
You're going to go as well, Pip? Nefira?
Well, Pip's gonna go.
Okay.
Nefira, once they're done counting all the daggers, make sure
Mm-hmm.
all of them,
Daggers.
they'll follow. They'll just kind of
Oh wait.
follow
Before
along.
we leave this area, Pip, can you like recast Tiny Hut so that way no one can like get in and steal our stuff?
It goes away if Pip moves. Remember?
But doesn't it last like 8 hours or something?
If Pip
Yeah, but
leaves.
if Pip leaves the tiny hut,
Oh.
it dissipates.
Well, then how are we gonna keep all our stuff safe?
We keep it
Eric,
on us.
With us?
Eris hugs her.
Nefira was not
devil's
leaving
ride.
any of their things.
Yeah.
She doesn't want anyone to steal parts of it.
Can I cast it on the bike and I just ride the bike and it moves with me?
I think tiny hut's
Oh,
stationary.
yeah.
I
see.
feel like there's a way for you
Wait,
to cast
wait,
that,
wait.
that you can still.
I'm trying to. Stu has an idea. I'm not sure if Pip would know to try this angle.
Okay.
What if Pip cast Tiny Hut through Val and left Val behind? Since Val would technically be the source of the spell. Oh, except that only works if a spell has a range of touch, not casted in general. No, I think it's a range of touch.
Yeah.
So unless you had meta magic to double the distance of a cast, which I think would bump it from self to touch, but I don't think that's what your cool wand does.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it does not. It says stationary, so it cannot move with you.
Okay.
You're gonna have to just keep all your stuff on you.
Huts.
But my devil's ride.
When are you riding?
They're gonna scrap it. I guess I'll just ride it around then.
Just ride it
Eris, no!
2 feet to Chuka and
Wait.
Clonk.
But it'll waste fuel.
You could
Please
walk it,
You're right.
like
Shoot.
walk it alongside.
Also, Eris, we're keeping it by Chuka and Clonk's place, aren't we? So, if it will be in sight, and also hopefully the Red Caps wouldn't want to risk getting Maggie's guests angry. I hope.
I don't think they care. I don't really think they think.
We can bury it in the ground.
Or we can just. We're gonna have to. If you're that concerned with it,
Can just
we either
leave
have
one of our
people-
familiars with it, and just
Oh,
leave
yeah.
the familiar with it, and then they can like contact us through it.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know. So if something
Let's-
does happen, we can just rush back and catch it, or at the very least, the familiar will know what happened.
Okay, yeah, let's leave it in eyesight with the familiars. Vesper, keep a good eye.
The 3Vs just sit on the ride.
Yeah.
Some random red cap passes, squints as 2 birds and a weasel just.
It's the hardest album cover you've ever seen.
Heck yeah.
Alright, so with your familiars earning their keep and watching your Devil's Ride, you all head on over.
Still, I have a Devil's Ride too, or is there just?
There was.
They're both in the same
I don't know
place.
if Spark has one.
They're all in the same
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
So
they're
the
three.
familiars can watch all of them.
Yeah, they're all
Yes.
parked next to each other.
Vanessa's is on Nefira's.
Yeah. So as you all walk over to where you hear kind of a bunch of banging and welding, shop noises. You're not sure how they're welding. That's crazy. Something infernal. You are passing. You see some kind of red caps skitter around, some madcaps. This Fort Knucklebone looks like a giant hand, so you're going like from one side out and around to one of the other fingers, but it's rock formations. As you all are moving along through there, can I have everyone give me a perception check, please?
I need to remember what the modifier for spark
Ooh,
is.
which dice? Let's go with this one. What
Oh,
is
okay.
Eris's dice. Well, she has multiple dice, but the ones that are the most her, and they let me down. They said, you haven't rolled me in for so long. Terrible, horrible.
Well,
Betrayal.
I'm doing good. My
One-
dice are happy with me currently because I got an 18 on the die and my modifier is +7.
Listen,
So,
only one of us needs to do well. Good old middle of the pack 13 for spark.
I
13?
got. Where's my perception? I got an 8.
Okay, good. You're still thinking about your bike, leaving your bike behind.
yeah, so it's a
Pip?
25.
I'm probably looking through Vesper's eyes
Mhm.
right now.
This is so fun and funny
Spark
because
gently shakes
somehow
Eris's shoulder. Did you
I
roll
don't
a nat
know.
1?
no,
Not 20?
No, close. But I rolled a 2. But somehow I have expertise in perception. When did that happen? I have a +5.
Check your
It's
feats.
7 total.
Is it from your
Wow, that's
is it
even
from your
worse than
eye?
me.
No, it might be from. Oh my. You made the snake eye a good thing. Gosh darn it, Max.
Wait, what did you
Maybe. I can't remember. That was a long time ago.
go in there and
It's
monitor?
either that or you did a feat for your like to balance out the negative feat.
Hmm.
Oh
I
yeah, the pro for the con.
Well, I don't know which one you took though.
Yeah, skill expert. Gain proficiency
Yeah,
in
that'll
a
do
skill,
it.
gain expertise in a skill which you're already proficient in.
Nice. There you go.
It's been a year. I looked. Oh wait, yeah, it's been almost a year, guys.
Yeah. So
Calm
you
down.
got a 7. Pip.
Yeah. Long story short,
Classic Pip and Eris. All right.
I know. If it would have cocked in 2 directions, it would have been 18 or a 20. I hate that for me.
So as you're walking along, Spark and Nefira, you see the flesh golem that had been that's kind of like Mad Maggie's personal attendant, kind of follows her around. You see that he's again kind of this hopping around. Spark, you see just like he's hopping around, and it looks like the red caps are like making fun of him and like trying to run under his feet and stuff. Nefira, you can see that it looks like something is wrong with his like foot. Like there's something stuck in his foot. So that's what you see as you all are heading towards Chuka and Clonk.
So I can't believe I forgot this. Lulu's probably... Is she with us or is she hiding in the hut because place is dangerous and bad vibes up to down?
I'd say
She can help watch the bikes.
Yeah, she's staying. She doesn't really want to be bringing attention to herself while here, so she'll be with the bikes as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you see, Nefira, as you all are walking.
I guess I'll say, hey, hang on, guys, let's might as well get some goodwill from, things while we're here. And go over to the golem and say, hey, are you okay? Do you need some help?
So you
I don't have the voice right.
you walk over, and the flesh golem, its like mouth is like sealed shut, so he can't speak back, which is why he couldn't tell anyone that his foot was hurting. But you see he's kind of just hopping around. In Spark, I'd say at this point you can also see there's something lodged in his foot, and that's why he's kind of like limping, because it's a big guy, and it's some big thing in his foot.
Good eye, Nefira. I guess wave if you can understand us? All right. Do you want me to attempt to remove the thing? All right.
Is that a wave for a yes or a wave as in no thank
You
you?
could say
Pip,
like,
can you try connecting to his mind?
Hmm.
It's okay if you don't want to. We'll just need to establish yay nay hand sign.
Yeah, Morgan.
What did Spark just suggest Pip plug his mind into?
Interesting. Yeah. If guy does any sort of like consensual like motions or whatever, Pip's gonna start a mind connection link thing.
Yeah.
Gonna go
You.
this boy.
You what?
We're gonna go telepath on this boy.
Okay. Yeah. You you connect to his mind and see that it's like shouting in a cave. Like it just echoes. There's not a lot going on in here.
oh,
But he
Just
he can
Just enough intelligence to understand language and
Yeah.
not 1 point more.
Yeah, and you hear him go, oh, which of you tiny ones am I speaking with?
I'm Pip.
Oh, the really tiny one. Okay.
I'm second smallest.
Hey. Nefira is actually the smallest.
Yeah, by an inch.
Oh, from this angle, you all look, it's just on over you.
He can probably only tell the difference between medium and small and not
Yeah.
the nuances within.
Yeah.
He probably is like, yeah, Spark and Eris are the same height, Nefira and Pip are the same height.
You got two heights, all right? That's it. Shorter than me and taller than me.
Then we're all the same height to him.
Yeah. But you hear him go, Will
Do you have a name?
friend, Mickey.
Mickey. Guys, this is Mickey.
Hi, Mickey.
Nice to meet you.
hello.
He looks very happy. This is the best day of his life.
Aw.
He can finally talk with people.
I feel like Eris is now joining the conversation. I feel like she was shooing off the red caps before that were bothering
yeah.
him.
You're chasing him around with a fucking broom. Where you
Yeah.
got a broom, we don't know, but you're it's like, get out of here. Like rats.
Better than the Flamin' Fist sword.
Right? Can your friend help my foot?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he wants help.
All right, let's find someplace for you to sit, and it might hurt a bit when I start pulling, but once it's out, you'll feel better.
You see, he just like plopped straight down on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, a little shaking as the ground rumbles. But yeah.
Yep,
With
if
him-
you'll allow it, Spark will give himself a bit of guidance, grip, and is it straight strength or athletics?
It's actually a medicine check to try to move
alright.
it. Remove it.
I forgot if I took perception. Not perception. Okay, well, you know what? It's still a decent modifier, so let me grab the D4.
And as you go, you see in his foot there is what looks to be a shard of obsidian that is causing him pain.
Ooh.
Spark, seeing that, immediately pauses and stops himself from gripping it with. Well,
Yeah,
he's wearing gauntlets.
I can grab it with my mage hand.
All right, but
Not the
first let me-
flashbacks to the anthology.
No, it's not obsidian. It's amethyst. Don't worry, you guys will be seeing more of that soon.
Look, I took obsidian. Stu got amethyst. Okay, we had to ration our.
Well, there was
our
obsidian in
jewels.
there too.
No, there was like some kind of like steel or something.
Oh, maybe that. I swear it was obsidian, but okay. I must be remembering wrong.
What aspect are you two trying to remember?
The
I'm
little,
buying
like,
time
steel
as I do.
shards of things that are like in every little.
Yeah. Every
No,
single one of those
Maybe
connects.
it's not steel. Maybe it's
No,
something
Oh, it
that's
wasn't
platinum.
platinum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Platinum.
Mhm.
There was obsidian in the last campaign, and that's why I thought about it. The last one. With the cultists.
Oh, the knife. The
Mhm.
obvious cult knife. 21 total for the medicine check, by the way.
21. Nice, yeah. You go ahead and grab the shard, and you're able to pull it out of his foot without it shattering or doing any more damage than it had
And-
already done.
Gently on the ground, and immediately after remembering what happened when Eris touched obsidian earlier yesterday, right? He's just like going
I'm
through his
fine.
mental catalog, being like, "Wait, no, she thinks she's fine. Did I do anything weird after I finished pulling it out, or?"
No, it seems that this shard of obsidian was just a
Okay,
shard.
it's just regular obsidian. It's not magic obsidian.
We could identify it.
Yeah, I can identify it.
Maybe when we're helping the Kenku, if it's physical labor.
I can do physical labor.
Pip, maybe you just sit down when we're helping the Kenku, you know?
Does Mikey feel better?
Yeah. Do you feel better, Mickey?
Oh, Mickey,
Is there
well.
a way that we can open your mouth? Do you have a mouth?
I don't think I have a mouth. I've never had a mouth.
Poor guy.
Do you have
But I feel
throat?
better.
Okay.
It hurts, but I can walk, maybe. And you see he stands up and, like, gingerly tries to step.
Sparksy and the ginger step will just reach forward and 3 points of lay on hands might be enough.
Yeah. You see, he very happily stomps around now that he has his stomping feet back. All 9 feet of them.
Oh man, the red caps are really in for it
yeah.
now.
Be careful when you stomp.
He's like, I'm gonna go stomp on some red caps. But yeah, you all see that he looks and kind of does like a nod to you, and then Pip, you hear in your head, "Bye. It was really nice to communicate."
And Spark will
And the Pharaoh
gingerly
waves like,
pick
bye, it
up
was nice to meet
the
you.
obsidian and carry it with them to the Kenku, so when Pip has 10 minutes, he can identify it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Whenever
You
those 10 minutes happen.
helped Mickey out, and as you're walking away, you can see all the red caps have kind of regathered that you chased off, Eris, and they're like whispering to each other, and kind of pointing at Mickey and pointing at you all and pointing back at Mickey. They look very upset.
Can Spark insight check that?
Yeah, go ahead.
We should have asked them to watch our bikes.
Cool dice, thank you. Apparently my dice says you're gonna do well on wisdom checks. Also 21 total.
You gathered that the Redcaps really liked making fun of Mickey when he couldn't walk, and they were like teasing him. And now that he's able to walk normally again, they've lost one of their, avenues of entertainment.
Spark switch into Halfling will be like, they're not too happy with us.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they're bullies, so...
Hopefully Mickey has fun.
Yeah.
You just see Mickey punt one, and it's like, phew, the fucking wall. You got too close. But yeah.
Should have watched our bikes.
As you're thinking about your bikes still. You all come up on Chuka and Clonk. It's not too far. Everything's pretty close around here. And you're able to see that the two Kenku, one Clonk, the bigger one, who didn't really talk at all when you all met them, and then Chuka, which was kind of the tinier one. You see that they are currently like standing around, doing very bird-like, cocking their head and like looking at something, as they have this giant machine kind of taken apart, and they seem to be trying to figure out an issue with something inside the machine. They don't really notice you all approaching as they're deep in thought.
Hello. Look.
You see they both quickly swivel around.
Oh.
Here to help.
You said you had some stuff we could help with?
You see Chuka, who is like tapping his foot, irritated, and scratching his head. Is like, yes, we can't get machine to work. Don't know what's wrong. Maybe outsiders will help. If you assist, we have something cool we could share with you.
Awesome.
Are you really gonna share? You don't seem like the sharing type.
Mad Maggie said we have to share, so we have to share.
And they also shared their ride here with us, so if we help them, we know they'll help us.
Exactly.
Well, let's take a look.
Actually, Pip and Eris, you two might want to take the lead on this.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What
And
seems to be the
Spark will
problem?
lean the obsidian against a wall somewhere.
Yeah, it's a good size.
Yeah, I
piece
imagine
of
he needed
obsidian.
both hands,
Yeah.
and if he wasn't wearing gauntlets, he would have been bleeding on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so for whoever's going to be kind of looking at the machine, you have to kind of climb up on top of this, think like a big bulldozer or kind of machine, and it's open on the inside. As you get closer to it, you feel this very unsettling presence. You two all three of you, Nefira, Eris, and Pip, when you had ridden on the Devil's rides before, you had that initial very unsettling thing with all the souls, but you feel there's some kind of situation going on here that the energy is kind of all out of whack. I need you to make either an Arcana or an Investigation check to try to figure out what's wrong.
Well, I
Dude,
think we all know what I'm gonna do.
Before they roll, Spark will tap Eris on the shoulder and give her guidance.
Nice.
And I'm not sure if it will give any mechanical benefits. He will light up the mace and basically just hold it into
Like
the opening.
The flashlight, like helping
and
your
just
dad
kinda
with the
be
car.
like, tell me where. It's like, tell me when you want me to move it.
Perfect. Yeah, as the two of you climb up on this this giant vehicle.
Okay, I made an investigation check. Got my little notebook out. It's
Good.
fireproof, so not worried about anything happening to it. Writing down observations. I got a total of a 25.
Nice.
No!
Okay.
I thought mine was so
Nice.
good. I did an Arcana check and I got a 24.
Damn. Okay.
Man,
so
that guidance
It's
really
really
pushed
good.
Eris
Yeah.
over the edge.
Yeah, it did.
the two of you,
Total of almost 50.
the two of you spend about 10 minutes kind of looking over this entire engine. Takes a little while to figure out exactly what you're looking at. You all haven't seen engines before yesterday when you got on a bike that has souls on it, so it's a little jarring. Trying to figure out, like, what does this do? You have to ask the Kenku, like, wait, so this does what? But you all pick it up very quick, which is great because now you might be able to repair your own bikes if you need it. And you finally find that they're kind of on the underneath, which Pip is able to see because of how small he is. And the Kenku, even though they're tiny, they are not as dexterous, can't really get in a lot of places. There seems to be like a couple of these demon spikes that have kind of broken off and become embedded in one of the gears. You can't just remove them. It's not as simple as kind of reach in and pull it out. It's kind of melded with the machinery, and you're gonna have to do something else to kind of get rid of this demonic essence. Probably something magic related, as what you gather from your high rolls.
I was about to say, once that's conveyed, Spark kind of pauses, is like, could the Sacred Flame I produce possibly do something? I remember back in El Terrell, when we saved that fellow from an imp, it was able to burn the intended contract. So maybe if they're able to lift the machine so I can get line of sight, we can give that a try? And hope it doesn't damage the machine. Would it damage the machine too?
The
Spark
two
asks
Kenku, yeah.
the 4 people who understand this thing, despite him being the one with land vehicle proficiency.
Yeah. The Kenku kind of think for a second, and Pip and Eris, both of you actually come to the conclusion before the Kenku, who are not magically inclined. They're very good, like doing a lot of the mechanical stuff. You gathered that putting anything radiant near a devilish bike would probably cause more damage to the bike as well. Like if you poured water on a grease fire. It's like that might not be... Sacred Flame might not be the way to go here. Might need a different spell to try to do that.
Yeah, maybe, I don't think that would mix.
Tate, your mic is barely audible. Also, don't mind me, I'm slightly distracted by Kiki. I need to keep her from attacking my door, so I'm having her play with a bit of a label.
There you go.
I know I constantly joke about it, yes.
Yeah.
But sugar is my vice. I don't need any others.
Spark, no radiant anything in the engine.
Understandable. Oh, we got lucky when I smited that fellow who was trying to steal Nefira from us then.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Spur kind of pauses, being like, realizing, lucky that the Devil's Ride did not blow up under him.
Yeah.
Unlucky because the Devil's Ride did not blow up.
He's feeling conflicted.
Well, it's good to know that when we're done with them, I'll be able to dispose of them. Once, and Spark kind of looks over at Eris, once we've saved your parents' home. Like I agreed. Or whenever we run out of fuel.
Can you fix it? Do you know how to fix it?
Do you have any ideas?
We totally are gonna workshop that. Yeah, we have an idea. We just need to make a plan.
Okay.
You can lower me up and I can cast Chromatic Orb with fire.
I can also do that with fire.
Yeah.
I was thinking that actually.
Spark kind of pauses. Are demons also good with fire, or you said it was demon stuff?
Well, I mean, only one way to find out.
Yeah, true. You two seem to have a very good sense for it. And
Actually,
Spark will go over to Pip, and I'm not sure if it's going to be applicable for the role, but give him guidance this time.
Okay.
Wait, Pip, before we throw energy into making chromatic orb, let me just see if fire does anything to it.
Okay.
And Eris is gonna like go up to it and cast like produce flame on the demonic things.
Yeah. As you cast produce flame and you walk over and you see the flame kind of just like slicks off the machines. They are immune to fire.
But what about
Okay,
the
Pip,
demonic spikes?
Not fire, but maybe a different thing we could try with chromatic orb. Like maybe the. Shoot, right now I'm looking at what.
Stu just remembered something he's heard about this campaign, and Max, if it's potentially what I think it is, very mean of you. I will say what it is after the situation resolves on whether I remembered the right thing or not.
Okay.
We could try acid.
Could try acid.
Not me looking at my spell list being like, do I have anything beyond healing and radiant? The answer is not really.
You said I stacked healing and radiant.
Listen, I got a double. I mentioned this about how I optimize. I pick a handful of things and I triple down on those things. I just try my best to make sure those things aren't things other people at the table want to be good at.
Yeah.
I haven't tried this spell yet. It's pretty new, but we can do lightning and pull something towards me. Maybe we can try that too.
Oh, you picked that
That's
up.
a good idea. Okay, Pip, yeah, let's try this lightning rope thing. First.
And it's a
I was also thinking, you have that spell that like lets you kind of like throw those like little darts like with pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
I think we could also try that.
Okay.
Because that way then you'd only hit the demonic shards and not any of the actual like machinery.
Okay.
All right. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna lightning lure it first.
Okay. Yeah.
Targeting the demonic thing because I'm like, maybe if the lightning damage does something, and then also like target just the demonic energy pulling it out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you warn us to stand clear of the backswing?
Oh yeah, probably.
So everyone scurries away.
I back up. Yeah. Yeah, it's a cantrip. It's strength saving throw is the only thing. So
Yeah. Let's see. You go ahead and cast lightning lure, and you see that as you cast it, it's a strength saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
From the spike or the machine.
Right.
Spike.
Let's see. Can you read me the spell, please?
Create a lash of lightning energy that strikes out one creature of your choice that you could see within 15 feet. But all the spells that we've been trying have said creature. So I was like, maybe it's just... target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you and then take 1d8 lightning damage if it is within 5 feet of you.
Is there a size that you can or can't pull?
It does not say. Nope.
Wow.
So Max,
Intriguing.
I guess whatever you think is reasonable for a cantrip.
Yeah. Yeah, so you go and cast this spell, and as you cast it, you go to pull and realize that you just, like, fuck up some of the internal machinery as all of the gears are kind of more like the internal workings of a creature. As you now recall, this is technically a creature, which is why the spells work on it, but there might be... this might not be the best way to go about it. You need something that... give me an Arcana check as you see your lightning lore fail.
If it's been enough time, Pip does have
It's
guidance. Oh, never mind. I don't think Pip needs the guidance.
I have a +8 to Arcana.
Yeah.
And I've been rolling pretty decent. But...
Yeah, you realize that the way to kind of... You need to separate this demonic essence through maybe something like Dispel Magic or a Protection from Good or Evil spell.
Eris has that.
I have that. I actually was thinking about it. I looked at the list.
It is technically fiendish, which is one of the categories.
Cast it on a fiend. It keeps it safe from other fiends.
Yeah.
It also keeps it safe from
It's from
self-harm,
itself.
I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly.
Okay, I have 2 ideas.
Okay.
All right.
One, take everything apart from the inside, and then that way we can replace the piece that's directly connected to this, and then put everything all back together.
You hear fucking Chuka in the back be like, no, when you just told him about like
I can try
7
it.
days of work, nonstop work to pull everything apart and back together. He's like, no, second idea.
We just heard a Kenku almost have a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Little bird hearts. Or Eris, that spell that you
Yeah.
have, protection against good and evil. That one.
Oh,
Use it.
yeah.
Good.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Sure. And yeah, Eris goes and reaches her hand in and casts protection from good and evil on the... Oh, wait, am I casting it on the machine or the shards? She
You
stops
cast it.
before she touches anything.
Yeah.
Nib, do you mean on the shards or on the machine?
What do you mean?
Like we're protecting the machine from the shards?
These are
So I
kind of
cast it on the
boring.
machine?
Which do
You know, if I cancel it on, sorry,
You think
if I
it's-
cast it on both of them, then like it would still work, right?
You think it's you would cast it on the machine, Pip, to protect it from the shards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm like,
never mind. I'm gonna take my hand out of that scary looking part that's gonna grind it up. And she just like leans against the side of the machine all casually and
there you
casts
go.
protection from good and evil.
Yeah, so you cast Protection from Good and Evil, and you hear, which is a good thing you moved your hand, because as you cast the Protection from Good and Evil, the gears go and start like coming back together and whirring, and you hear what sounds like kind of a purring from the engine, and you see that Chuka and Clonk are both like, yes. You do hear a single yes come from Clonk. So apparently Clonk can talk. He just chooses not to. So you see that Chuka kind of like ducks in and around and starts like looking on everything, doing that like anime thing where it's like down here, up here, over there, down here, checking every single angle and seeing that everything is in working order, and then comes back over to you and it's like, thank you. Mad Maggie will be so ecstatic that we got this working. Oh.
Yeah, what does it do?
Oh, well, this, you can, like, ram it into other machines off the road and, into walls, so you could, attack other fortresses or machines. So.
There are other fortresses?
Oh, yes, many. There are many other warlords that exist in Avernus. Mad Maggie is just one.
Warlord.
We might want information on the others once we have our head in to know who to look out for.
I know names, but Mad Maggie would know their territories better.
Something to ask her after she's performed the ritual, I guess.
Oh, yes, item that to share.
Oh, yeah.
Here, follow. And you see that Chuka kind of hop skips towards the back of the workshop, and shows you see picks up this kind of real janky looking piece of machinery, and Pip and Eris, from your high rolls earlier and you're delving within the engine of this other infernal war machine, you see that this is some power source maybe, and you see that Chuka goes, this can replace soul coins. I only have one. It uses your own energy to power your machine.
What do you
In a good or
mean
bad way?
by our own energy?
You damage, pain, but no soul coins. Chuka and Clonk, it just occurred to me that, like, Chuka and Clonk just created, like, a renewable energy source in the Nine Hells. They're pioneers.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They're like, they're green. It's green. It's green energy.
Do you know the magnitude of pain it inflicts on the rider?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Oh.
And it fuels for 24 of those things you all call hours.
So something we can do before we sleep for the night if we install this on one of the machines.
Yes, I could help install, although you two seem to have gotten pretty good with machines, so it's not super complicated. He goes into, like, tell a few little details, and it actually makes sense to the two of you. Spark and Nafira are, like, looking at each other like, what are you saying?
I was about to say, Pip and Eris are going on their Grease Monkey arc.
Yeah, they're gonna Artificer. They're all multi-classing into
That was the
Artificer.
Early on. Well, it's gonna happen.
I was about to say, Morgan, just triple class. Get some armor proficiency.
Oh, but if you take the damage to power this, you cannot heal it.
Oh.
It
all?
returns slowly. So I will, because I don't feel like dragging this out. So if you use your own energy, you suffer 1d10 points of damage. That fuels the war machine for 24 hours. This damage cannot be healed by normal means and returns at a hit point of 1 hit point per day, so per long rest. So if you roll real shitty, it could be bad.
And it could also put us in a position where after a fight, we might not be able to refuel it until at least a short rest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But the 24 hours is the 24 hours, or like the hours with
It's
the soul
active
coins, it's active hours. Yeah.
Okay, so that means we don't have to top it off every day.
Yeah.
And we can also take turns depending on...
And if we get more soul coins, we can...
Nafira's like,
use
or we
those.
just use soul coins.
But, like, if we have soul coins, we
Yeah.
can use them if we need to.
I was about to say, it sounds like this is
Cover.
in replacement, not... It sounds like we're going to...
replacing it entirely.
Yeah,
So
it sounds like
but
we're
only one
doing
of the
electric
bikes.
and not hybrid.
Yeah. You turn one of the bikes into an electric bike, and the other two still old gasoline.
Okay.
I think we should turn one of them into an electric bike, like, down the line, once we start running low on gas.
Do you two, if you two think you can do that in the field, but won't you need tools and a space for it?
Do I think we need tools and a space for it?
You would imagine that it would take the equivalent of like a short rest here, it would take you using all of a long rest and not sleeping in order to install it out in the field.
Is that with both of them or just one of them?
With both of them. Because you're also... because Chuka and Clonk also said that while they gave you a compliment saying you could know how to install it, you're also, if you install it here, are going to have 4 people and access to machines and power tools that you wouldn't have otherwise.
I think this might be worthwhile outside of very poor situations, be willing to be the one to fuel it most often if that's what it takes, but I still feel very uncomfortable with the fuel used here.
I mean, I can also fuel it. It's like not a big deal. We can put it in my bike.
I can do it.
I only have 39.
No.
I can do it if you really need to.
Everyone looks at Pip.
No, Pip.
I still have that spell from that spell book.
Yeah, use the false life to fuel the devil bike. What could go wrong there? Nothing.
Using false life to give me some back. It's not technically healing.
That's true.
That is. Oh, I thought it was like fuel it with temp HP instead of actual HP.
No, it's coming from your soul, your own soul, basically. So instead of someone else's.
I guess because this is new, there's no. Assuming it doesn't kill you, there's no long-term ramifications. If, let's say, we stop fueling it for a while from our end.
I don't know. You're just like it's
new.
It's new.
Then how do you know I can't be cured or healed?
It's one of the stipulations. There has to be a give and take to fuel.
Okay.
I feel more comfortable with this than the soul coin, so I vote we installed it on one of our rides.
We might as well, and if it ends up being more trouble than it's worth, we have 2 others.
Then we're not gonna put it on my bike.
If
Eris wants her bike.
Yeah,
I want my bike. I want to
put it in Nefira's bike. I might be able to take turns driving. I was good with carriages and stuff. Maybe
I don't have the hit points for that.
maybe I can be decent at this too.
It also doesn't have to be whoever's bike it is doesn't have to be the one to fuel it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
It's sort of like how we can use soul coins on other people's bikes.
Slots. Yep. Exactly.
Instead of like a little slot, it's like a little prick for your thumb,
yeah,
and
exactly.
it's like.
It's like the Dune box you have to put your hand in, like to start it. Like.
Let's put it in my bike.
Eris, are you just saying that because you want to take it back with us?
I knew that was immediately where I was going. I was like, immediately Eris is like, this thing is coming home with me. How do we teleport it out of here?
Well, Spark, if it's using my soul energy and not the souls of other people, then is it really bad? Is it really bad if I use it on the material plane?
That's how every warlock has gotten their pack started. If it's just me, if it just affects me.
Eris somehow ends up taking a level 2 of Warlock before the campaign's done.
Yeah.
Nefira is the only one to mono class.
Yeah.
We'll see. If I die, I'm not above striking a bargain to come back if I need to.
Oh, really ruined Spark with that one. Oh, let's talk about it. But yeah, Eris, if you want to put it on your bike.
I want to bring this bike home with me.
Yeah. You and Pip and Chuka and Clonk can spend the next hour or so getting your bike all retrofitted.
I guess if we have downtime where Spark and Fear are just kind of watching them, Spark will take time to ritually cast Detect Magic and see if this piece of obsidian is just a piece of obsidian.
Yeah, how far does your detect magic reach?
I think 30 feet is the range. Since I remember I tried, like, casting it on the companion back in El Chirao, and it's just like, sure, he can see it, but he can only pick up magic within 30 feet. Presence of magic within 30 feet. If you can sense the magic in this way, you can spend an action to get an idea of what the magic type is, and then thicknesses of material it would take to block him from detecting that magic.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, as Pip and Eris are busy, handing things to Chuka and Clonk and holding things up. Oh no! Did we lose Stu?
Yep.
All right. We'll wait.
I hate Xfinity, so keep that in. Beyond the whole street parking thing, one of the things I miss most from being in New Jersey is also having access to FiOS.
Mm.
Or my internet bill was half of what it used to be, but hey, I didn't have my internet decide to drop everything.
Yeah.
But
okay,
sure.
So what did you hear?
I was explaining. I was reading Detect Magic off. Any magic I can see within 30 feet, I can spend an action to get some details on the vibes of that magic, like its school, stuff like that. And then there's just a list of what thicknesses of material would block my ability to detect the magic.
Yeah.
Since I don't need direct line of sight on it to feel the aura, but if it's like behind 3 feet of dirt, I'm not going to pick up on it, even if I'm like right up on the threshold of the dirt.
Yeah. Hold on.
So I guess what surprises is he gonna?
Yeah. So
get?
You sense from the obsidian shard, you get traces of kind of faint magic that had been on this. That was, I think, probably.
I guess potentially immediate question while you're grabbing that information. The moment Spark sees that there's even lingering magic, he's gonna look over to Nefir. I guess for flavor, we could say they're holding hands, and it's like, hey, where's the necklace? This had magic on it at some point? I want to see if it's similar to the aura from your necklace.
Okay, yeah. And I pulled out. I'm assuming that I've been wearing it. I'm pretty sure I remember wearing it.
Yeah, it's
time,
on.
so.
I think it's what we said right now. So
yeah. Well, if it wasn't before, it is now. So I pull it out from under my armor. Like, here it is.
All right, and as we all pause, where I run through my notes to find what
restroom break for the rest of us.
The presence is. Let's see.
Sick.
So I'm just imagining how Eris's mom is gonna react when Eris does return to Briar's Glen.
Look what I got, Mom! Isn't it awesome?
It's like, look who's on the back of my cool demonic motorcycle. It's Dad!
It's my dad!
And,
look what I got!
I was about to say, Eris's mom is gonna think Anatoly is a terrible influence. It's like, you come back from spending some quality time with him, you're on a demonic motorcycle, you've
been to hell.
Tattoos, you're probably not hiding the fact you're smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention any of the other stuff
Anything
that,
else that happens.
yeah, and stuff that's yet to happen.
So
So
many
Clo-
new scars.
No. The gremlins, if they haven't had this conversation, they've had it. What happens in Avernus stays in Avernus.
Listen,
And don't tell my mom.
I thought the plan was Arius hands Spark and Afira a bag of money, tells them to distract Pip with double dates with Cassius, goes to run home for damage control, and eventually she tells the gremlins what the story is and emphasizes, and you stick to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
coming back, this was your 10 minutes of the identify spell happening, or not
Sorry,
the identify spell,
detect
the
magic,
detect
so I
magic.
just get
Yeah.
the vibes instead of
Um,
the full details.
So, you sense that they may be from the same school of magic, but they're not exactly the same. There's a lot of things that can be from the same school of magic and do different stuff. But something you do notice is next to Chuka and Klonk's kind of workshop, there's kind of a bunch of scraps, almost like a junk pile. And you sense quite a bit of magical energy coming from there, implying that there might be a few not disregarded. What's it? Yeah, I guess disregarded. Discarded. That's it. Or disregarded. Discarded magical items in that junk pile if you so choose
Hey,
to see.
Nafira, can you help me look through this? I think I'm getting a lot of weird colors off of this pile. Also, the necklace
okay.
and the slab might do similar things. The color they have is the same, but the shade's different. Man,
What do you need help with? What can I do?
help me look through, and Spark will lead Navir to the junk pile. Help me look through this and show me any weird looking items you find.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I need both of you to roll me a D10.
Oh,
Alright.
10.
I
That's
would.
different.
Okay, I was about to say, please don't put me in the situation of, man, I wish I could use guidance, but I need to concentrate on detect magic.
No, this is other things.
3.
3 for you. Okay.
I got an 8.
A 3 and
Any
an 8.
any sorts of modifiers? No.
No.
Nope, just raw D10.
And then a D100 for both of you.
Ooh.
Oh,
Spicy.
all right. D100. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
That
95.
Wow.
And 8008. How 80, how
Is
do you
it
count that?
if it's 80, it's 80, and then you read the D10 straight.
Okay. So 88.
Oh wow.
Okay.
808.
Yeah,
Yeah, 88.
because 8 on
Both
the
of them.
10 and then 80 on the 100.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
High rolls for both of us.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Alright.
that's good.
So
This is my first time having to roll a D100, so the percentile die.
a 90. You got a 3 and then a 95, Stu.
Yes.
So you're rummaging around, and you managed to pull out a potion of greater healing from this
Let's go!
pile.
Wow.
And then all 8s for Nafira across the board. All right, you pull out this kind of interesting looking set of goggles. Magical goggles.
Oh heck,
Ooh.
I Stu might have an idea of what these do, and these might be perfect for Nafira.
Oh. What are they?
We'll
What do they do?
we'll have Pip identify them once
Yeah,
the grease
once-
monkeys are done.
Only if I get
Yeah.
something too.
Are you gonna tell us about
Stu,
the pile?
Not Stu, Spark, you still sense that there are other things in here. Player rolls, everyone gets to roll once. It's
Yeah, I was about
magical
to
items.
mention.
Yeah.
Spark will kind of look over to the others as like, when you guys can step away from it. There's some stuff in here that might be interesting.
Oh, yeah, sure. We'll be over when we're done. Shouldn't be too much longer. Pip,
All right.
Pip, gotta
Also,
focus. Gotta focus on my
Pip
baby
drops
over here.
something on his
Pip,
toe.
careful! God, great!
Spark pausing, being like, "I'll tell Pip about identify the obsidian spike once Grease Monkey time's done."
Yeah.
And I guess if we have a length of time to do it, a study session.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold out Infernal for
I'd
Dummies.
So
do
you two
that.
could sit together and read your little book.
Yep.
All right. Raw int check.
Oh right, gotta roll that.
My dice.
I dropped it.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Does that make you
19
at
plus
9?
1.
Oh no, that's only okay. So you're only at 8.
I'm only at 8.
But hey,
I-
yeah,
God.
it's making sense.
Ugh.
Sparks just kind of trying not to unpack.
It's a
how
nat 20.
quick he-
There we go. How
It's
much?
a nat 20.
How much are you at now? I think you were quite
If in
behind,
the
right?
communal pool, let me
You were a
I was
bit
at 6.
behind.
I had 6 check marks.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. They're both at 8.
8.
I'm so far behind.
I find it funny how Eris from the rip knew the most languages.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's why Eris is so far behind. Eris knows like all the Romance languages, and we're trying to pick up Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like my brain wants to funnel this into the common rules I know, but it won't.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, you two, you're starting to get the conjugation of Infernal. It's making some more sense.
I know this language is for the devils, but man, they really do emphasize the details in the sentence.
It's also like, it's kind of starting to sound pretty to you, like, Spark, when you really understand the conjugation, you're like, it's a very smart way to put together a language. Very, like, the order of it is, it's not this weird English shit where sometimes things change and sometimes don't in common. It makes a lot of sense.
He's trying not to unpack how well he is picking up this language.
Yeah, exactly.
Just repress that for later. When they're not in Avernus, when they're back
Exactly.
on good old terra firma.
But yeah, right about that time, Nefira, you also were able to make good progress in
Nefira caught
your
up.
learning. Yeah. And yeah, Pip and Eris, what are you up to?
Well, we just
We're gonna
finished fixing up my
survive.
bike.
Yeah, we'll say you ran back across, got your bike.
Yeah, it makes more sense to walk the bike over here than for the 4 of them to go there.
Yeah, and brought it back to the Cancun. Hold on, I lost you all. Where? There it is. I was like, I lost the screen, didn't see you all. And yeah, it's you're glad that you did decide to do it here. You could see how much easier it is with everything able to be lifted up. Chuka gives you a pretty good rundown about the bikes and kind of helps you learn a little bit more about how they work. And let's see. Go ahead and give me. One of you can make the roll, and the other can choose to give aid, the help action.
Can I make
This
the
is
roll
going.
since
Yeah,
it's my
if
bike?
it's your bike, you want to make the roll. This is going to be a intelligence again. Let's say Arcana or what did I say last time?
Investigation.
Investigation was to identify what was wrong with the machine. So
There's
I
no
feel
investigation
like this
here. It's
is raw Arcana or
check.
raw Int.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you have the help action from Pip.
You do.
Okay. Awesome. Let me factor that in.
Sorry, the length of this check's I'm not even gonna ask about guidance. It's
No,
like,
you're busy studying. You're busy.
Yeah, we're busy
learning
studying.
Infernal, yeah.
and
okay.
also,
Okay. Not the best roll, but it's not bad. Let me find my Arcana modifier, which I actually think is not as high as I think it is. Oh, it is as high as I think it is. 16.
16.
all right,
Not bad.
not
yeah.
terrible.
You feel that the final product of this engine being, or this replacement fuel tank, I guess you could call it, being put on your bike has gone according to plan, and it will do the amount of damage that is expected. No more, no less. So.
Oh,
you
that
could
could have been a terrible surprise.
Could have. But the two of
Max-
you did well with Chuka and Klonk's help.
Nice.
Max, I guess out of curiosity, would it have been extra d10s or would it have been a d20 that you rolled for the damage?
No, it would have
instead?
gone up or down a dice level. So a D8 if you did well, or a D12 if it went bad. So,
Okay.
I don't want to make it unusable, but make it a little more spicy. But yeah, as you two finish up your bike, you see that it kind of is a little shimmering, a little different color, and at least the fumes it gives off, as it no longer uses souls, but in a way, it doesn't use whole souls. It only uses, living souls that are actively feeding it.
It's the martyr. It's the martyr bike for the martyr
It is the martyr
squad.
bike, yeah.
Has the fuel reset now, or do I still have the gas that was in it from the soul coin? Or
Oh
whatever
yeah,
It
y'all
reset.
topped it off.
Yeah, it reset. Unfortunately.
Okay, cool. Well, we have a few days
You do.
of rest.
This
so,
could be a good time to top it up. Yeah.
I'm gonna top it up.
Yeah. All right. Roll
Let's
that.
do it.
Roll that D10. Let's see how much damage you take.
Okay. 4 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah.
Not terrible.
Yeah.
Especially if you leave it idling for the rest of the time we're here.
Yeah. You could probably get at least 2 of those back with long rests.
Yeah. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels a little more responsive because it's your own soul, as opposed to corralling another soul to do your bidding.
Nice.
But yeah, as Pip and Eris, you walk over, you see Nefira admiring some new goggles, and Spark very happily cuddling a potion of greater healing.
Listen, he probably would because it's just like, oh man, someone goes down, I can get them up so much with this.
Yeah.
Or if he continues his character arc of put your oxygen mask on first.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, bonus action, a lot, action, hands.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Spark lets you all know that there's probably some more stuff in there.
That pile. It's been a bit, so I can't go any deeper, but it's that pile.
As soon as you point the very first time.
Boom.
All right, Pip. Roll me that D10.
D10?
After testing out her bike, Eris is gonna go over and also sift through the pile.
Yeah.
The 6 on the D10.
All right, and then give me your
Alright.
D100 roll.
Oh, I rolled
You
the
might-
D100 first, but that
It
Well,
doesn't matter.
keep
neither
that to the
here nor there.
side.
I will
Yeah.
roll the.
Solid 40.
40. All right.
I got 4 and then 33.
Alright, so
33.
Eris is probably also getting a consumable, and Pip might have an item. Not Stu trying to figure out how these tables are organized
Wait, did
off
you
of
also
the
get
2
a
data
4?
points.
No,
No, I got a 3.
Mm.
I imagine the higher on the D10, the better the table you get for the D100.
All right, let's see. So the 4,
Says I got a
33.
pretty great consumable.
Okay. Let me write down what that is, and then next one and 40. You all rolled pretty, you rolled pretty, like, low together, and the other two rolled pretty high together.
Couples energy from
Right.
the two dynamic duos.
Alright, Pip, you, search around in there, and you pull out a, you rolled a 4, right?
I rolled a 640.
A 640. You pull out a potion of hill giant strength. Just what you need.
If Pip ever feels like flexing.
And then, Eris, as you're searching near Pip, you pull out just a regular potion of healing. Look, you got a cool bike, alright? Your bike now runs. You need that potion. Oh, wait, you can't
I do.
heal.
I think I'm in the party without potions of healing right now. So.
But there you go, yeah. So,
Oh, I
yeah,
guess it's
those are
aside.
all
So,
the things.
Well, Pip, if you want to take the time, Spark kind of leans up the piece of obsidian. This, at some point, had magic similar to the necklace?
Oh,
Maybe
cool.
you can see what it was. It's mostly faded.
Yeah.
And also the goggles and... Is that a toenail in your potion?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I need to look up what's in the component.
It is. I think it's a toenail or a fingernail.
Ew.
Yeah, there's a reason why most DMs are like, healing potions, yes, bonus action. Potions, no action. Here, let me read you what's in the potion. You need to spend your whole action down in this.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, that's so gross.
Hey, listen, it's either Eris or... If we're gonna be optimal for the team, it's either Eris or Spark that have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Or if Pip ever wants to actually punch someone real good.
He says I'm sharing my potion.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm thinking team stuff since again.
I want to know what my new goggles are. I want to know what they do.
Yeah,
Well, I joke that it's...
Identify the obsidian first, and then, because as soon as Spark's like,
Mhm.
can you identify? And Pip's already, like, cross-legged on the ground.
Yeah, Pip's like already there, and Spark just puts the
it.
obsidian in his lap.
All right. Yeah, Pip, you go. Sorry, I'm snipping what it is so I can
That's
have
fair.
that. Yeah, so Pip, you go, are you casting it ritually?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it takes a little while as everyone else is...
We're gonna be here for half an hour.
Yeah.
Spark just passes the Infernal for Dummies to Eris.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can I? Yes.
Yeah,
Please.
you can do that while Pip's identifying. Pip, it takes you a little while, especially with the identify, because the energy is kind of faded from this. But what you gather is that this is a very small, broken piece of those obsidian spikes that you all had passed before. And you gather the very faintest amounts of divination magic, and essentially this can make you forget something. That is what you gather that this could have done in the past.
Could have done.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Same magic as
Similar.
Similar magic.
No, similar, but
The way I interpret Spark's detect magic aura thing, where each school's a different color, but each distinct thing that school can do would be a different shade within that color.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh yes, it's still blue, but azure and cyan are different.
Yeah, and
yeah.
because neither one of the items are a spell, like affected by a spell, they're just like variations. It doesn't give off the like red alert. This is affected by this spell on here, you know. So there is
And
that
also, the
feature.
effect was mostly faded. So,
Yeah.
does Pip verbally tell us small piece of the tower?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wonder if Mikey forgot something.
Hmm.
So, what do we want to do with it?
What can we do with it?
It's a thing to carry. I think it cuts real good once.
Make a cool sword out of it.
That I could only use
Yes.
once.
No, but still, that's cool. I can get a dagger out of it.
We just make obsidian
There
daggers
we
for
go.
Yes.
Just give Nefira some Aztec weapons.
Exactly.
So freaking cool.
Yeah.
Except we don't have enough wood to make the thing with just the obsidian teeth throughout it, where it's like, oh no, one of the teeth broke. Alright, still have my weapon. I guess just reminder, I am a melee weapon fanatic
it's just a
in
one
person.
throw, like if it's just a one-use weapon, I can throw it and not have to worry about collecting it after. So there's that. But like an obsidian dagger would be so freaking cool.
As far kind of looks it over.
Probably.
You or Eris might be better at.
Funky wood from the Druid Grove place.
I mean, I don't think Eris would tolerate us going back there to collect more wood.
You don't have time for that.
But maybe we can break off some chunks at a time, and man, Nefira can just
throwing
throw
darts.
whichever ones are most best shaped for that.
That'd be so cool.
I guess we have a downtime activity for tomorrow.
Yes.
So I guess next the goggle.
Yes. Pip, can you identify these for me?
Yes.
All right.
They look
and
so
I will
cool.
put this in the chat.
Yep. Oh! Nope, different thing. Also cool thing.
So yeah, these goggles have 3 charges. As an action, you can expend a charge to shoot a beam of fiery light from the goggles at a creature you can see within 120 feet of yourself. Target must succeed on a dexterity 15 saving throw or take 3d6 fire damage. Recharge 1d3 at dawn.
How many attunement slots does Nefira have left?
Maybe 1. There's 1 for the
tattoo's
tattoo.
always 1, so
Yeah.
we're all down to 2.
Hang on.
I think the dagger's 1.
Yeah, it's just the one.
Just
because it's my tattoo and my dagger.
Yeah.
Wait, Nefira can now do Cyclops eye beams.
Yeah. From your eyeballs.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I thought these were the night vision goggles.
I also thought they were going to be the night vision goggles.
D&D 5e has a lot of goggles.
Yeah. There's a few out there. So yeah, you got these new cool goggles. For attunement, it requires I think a short or long rest. I can't remember what
Okay,
it's.
so do I have to find those myself in the inventory, or and then attune to them, or are you going to?
I will have to create a, what do you call it?
Okay.
Proxy.
Yeah, because it's not a base game one, so you won't be able to access it.
What's BMT short for?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's see. It is. Why won't it just give me this? I think it's one of those new BMT Book of Many Things. I think it's the one that just came out.
Oh, then I don't own that, so content sharing won't work for that.
Yeah.
Since I'm not buying any more Wizards of the Coast 5e books.
But yeah, as you all have spent a little bit of time, you searched around and got in some magical items. You've replaced the soul coin fuel tank on Eris's bike with a maybe better, maybe worse option to be determined. But Eris's bike is topped off with 24 hours.
Oh, and this solves my ethical dilemma.
It solves your ethical dilemma. Look at that.
Yay!
And you
It's
managed.
still gonna be a while before you're good aligned again, probably.
And you managed to help the flesh golem of Mad Maggie's friend with the shard. Did you, when you identified the shard, Pip, let Eris or aka the group know about the memory alteringness of the shard?
Yeah.
I'm studying.
Eris is
Infernal.
not listening. Eris is studying.
I need to make my roll for
Yeah,
that.
go make
Ready?
your roll.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's funny.
I was just thinking.
You're
I
so
was looking
far
at the
behind,
crit
and now you're
counter.
caught
I was
up.
looking at the crit counter, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm the only one that hasn't rolled a nat 20 on the Infernal." And I have.
There you go.
You know, your Grease Monkey arc is apparently all you needed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chuka and Plonk were teaching you words for the bike in Infernal, and that helped, really stick when you were studying.
Yeah.
But awesome.
That's so exciting.
Let's say, is there anything else you all will be doing over the next day and a half before you're ready to beat up with Mad Maggie?
I think
Studying Infernal more. Eris is
I
like
think
ecstatic.
Spark
You can see
would
her,
give one
reading the
more
book.
another attempted study if the following day, and if they can possibly find a way to privately do a bath, also do that, because again, he doesn't want to let a fort full of violent people know this guy is just an infinite source of water. I can only make 100 infinite source of water.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if anyone's going to be studying again tomorrow, we'll say that you spent the rest of the day today, looking at your new items, packing up your stuff, working on your bike maybe, and also just resting. It's been a little bit, and you're trying to make yourself not, to actually take some time, sharpen your weapons, take care of your stuff,
Eris,
all of that.
When she was studying for her nat 20, she was just like, "Oh my gosh, it's all coming together. It's starting to make sense. I can see it now.
It's the most logical language ever. How did I not get this before?"
Language ever. How did I not?
So
understand?
my
The pieces
dice
are fitting. The gears are turning.
My dice continue to have a sense of humor.
Did you get another nat 20?
Yep, I got Infernal down
Alright,
tad.
and so there we go. Infernal.
Pip, get your nat 20.
I'm also, so we're just skipping all the way to the next day now.
Yeah,
or...
we're just gonna kind of do any downtime stuff. If there's other things you want to do,
don't read into it.
Wait, for the studying Infernal, that's a straight roll, not a. We don't add anything, right?
It's an intelligence. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Shoot.
I got a 16.
Nice.
I was doing so well, and the die rolled up to the edge of my dice tray and then came back. It was looking so good, and I got
a 9.
Nope. The only other one who got Pip was able to. The boys are getting Infernal down, but Nefira and Eris, you're close. You can have some broken conversation. Whereas I think so. Spark, you're fluent, and Pip, you're at what, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10.
I'm at 8 out of 10.
And you're at 8 out of 10. Yeah.
I almost caught up.
And Eris is trying their best.
6 out of 10 now. I can talk about my bike.
You're just it's like when you do Duolingo, you just have so many words for the mechanical stuff, and everyone's like, Eris, talk to us about something normal, and you're like, so the carburetor, and we're like, what?
The carburetor.
The wheels on the bike go round and round. All right, so yeah. I'd say.
All right, it is added. Spark again, kind of just not sure how to feel.
Yeah, Spark is the only one who can officially speak Infernal. Where is
Now, my brain just immediately went, oh man, imagine if we pick up a book of Abyssal for Dummies and he also picks it up, and it's just like, my guy, stop. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
human. Don't give the DM ideas of fiendish background.
right? So yeah, is as the next day you all are able, we'll say, to take your baths. And is anyone doing anything else? Kind of downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'll let Morgan go first.
Oh, yours might not take as long. It won't take a long.
That's okay. I need time to think.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to think if Spark has
Ponders
any
and
other
pondering,
downtime thing.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, ever since like getting like the eye patch and everything, it's like better, but also it's itchy. He's got thick hair. It's hot here.
Mm.
So he's been like kind of like messing with it a lot. And so he's gonna go up to Nefira and say, Nefira, can I have a dagger? Borrow, not have. I'll give it back.
Yeah, what do you need it for? I pull out a dagger.
Yeah, my hair.
Your hair?
My hair.
Oh my goodness.
Buzz cut era Pip, let's go. Bad
What do you need a
boy.
dagger for your
Buzz
hair
cut
for?
Pip.
Like to cut your hair?
What else would you need a dagger for hair for?
Well, sometimes when my hair gets long enough, I put it up. I use a dagger to put it up. It's really fun. It's a hiding place for a dagger too. But so I can cut it for you if you want. How do you want it cut?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've cut my hair. Maybe like where the eye patch strap is, or maybe
Okay.
just like on the sides or something.
Like an undercut?
Is that what that is? Yeah,
I think so.
sure.
Okay.
Ow.
Morgan, was that you?
Nefira accidentally stabs Pip in the head a little bit. Like,
Pip accidentally stabs Pip. Pip is the one with the dagger in his hand.
No,
No,
Nefira hasn't
Nefira-
handed
Nefira
it over
hasn't
yet.
handed
They're
it.
still holding it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought Nefira handed it over.
No, it's just held it up. I'm like,
Oh.
okay. Who was about to, and it's like, well, what do you need it for? Okay, but like, yeah, I can do it for you.
Okay.
I'm good. I cut my own hair. I'm really good at it.
Cool. Sure. Yeah, I can do yours in return if you want. I've never done it, but I can try.
Okay. It has been getting a bit long. Let's do
Buzz
this.
cuts for everyone.
So Nefira will
Spark
start
is not going in, and Eris, I guess.
kind of
technically
cut
did it.
in.
Give me a sleight of hand check, Sly.
If allowed, would tap shoulder guidance.
Sure. You all have the
I thought-
downtime for it.
Here, I thought we were like, you weren't present. We've been left unsupervised.
That's great. Sure, we can
I
say
mean,
if you don't
two
want the
wanna-
guidance, you can be
I was about to
unsupervised.
say.
I
if
don't
you two
need
wanna be
guidance.
Okay.
No.
So if Spark is there, would he not like offer?
I
his
got an
actual
18 on
razor?
the die. I don't need guidance.
There you
Sorry,
go.
Mark.
Well,
Morgan,
no,
what
not
did you-
not on the die. Sorry, total of 18.
Yeah, you're able to give Pip exactly whatever kind of haircut he has requested.
Yeah.
Sorry, but Morgan,
I
what
remember our
did
conversation
you
the
trying
other
to
night.
say?
There was more to it.
I was saying, would Spark not offer his like actual razor if he was there?
I mean, only for a buzz cut.
Mm.
Since I think his
So, okay.
razor is more for like face shaving, so it's probably not good for like hair trimming.
That's fair.
Because head hair and face hair are two different beasts.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go, Pip. Here's
Especially with
the
curly hair.
undercut. Is this what you were thinking, or more?
Just something not as itchy and hot. This is good. This feels nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, because like
Do
I
yours.
just figured I'd start with this before taking off more, because you can always take more off, but like you can't put more hair back on. Although, I don't know. There might be a spell for that, but I don't know it.
Mending?
Maybe?
It would hair classify as an object?
Because hair is technically dead.
Dead.
So,
Mhm.
So
And I mean,
it's
I've
not
heard-
a creature.
I've heard things about, like, some spells with, like, true resurrection or whatever, and if that brings, like, everything back, or state, I don't know if that would bring back a haircut.
Someone
like,
uses
if that would...
Revivify to bring back their haircut. It's a fucking
No, like, I do a
giant
haircut, or something, because hair is technically, like, dead cells. Would it bring them back to life? I have no idea how that would work, but...
Oh my goodness, you use True Resurrection, rebuild a fresh new body for them, and they're bald. No eyebrows either.
No hair.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Pip, you're able to get your haircut courtesy of Nefira. It's feeling good. Eris and Spark, is there anything else you all are doing
I guess
other than studying and bathing?
would probably start the process of trying to, with probably Pip and Eris's help, figure out the best way to break down the obsidian spike into as many throwable chunks.
Yeah. I'd say you get 3 chuckable,
Alright.
chuckable little shards out of it.
Figure that out with Sly on what the damage is.
Yeah.
Obsidian is extremely sharp.
Yeah.
So I
But
feel like there'd be
extremely
some
fragile.
hefty-
Yeah.
Fragile,
it's
yes,
fragile.
but like extremely sharp. So I feel like that'd do some good, like, I don't know if that'd be like slashing or like piercing, or probably piercing, like,
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
They're so sharp.
I was about to say, and it also works for the 2 people with the metal gauntlets to handle it.
Yes.
I mean, would Eris be willing to assist beyond just, I think you should break it here?
Yeah, sure. What do you need me to do?
But here, Pip,
Yeah.
if you hold this mirror, I'm gonna try to get some of my own hair.
Okay.
It is really hot down here. I'm gonna give myself an undercut too.
Yeah. I can braid it.
Ooh, yeah, could you?
Yeah.
Oh, please. I haven't had my hair braided in
Really long
so
time.
long.
I can braid hair. I can braid my own hair.
I was about to say, I forgot, is Eris's hair like magma, fire, or is it actually hair?
It's
Both.
both kind of.
Depends on our mood.
It's hair and it's fire, but it's also hair.
It's hair that's on fire.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's hair that's on fire.
Someone goes to cut it with a regular pair of scissors, and it's just like,
The scissors melt.
No, yeah,
it's goop
definitely.
now.
Yeah. Hot hair.
Nice.
I feel like for her hair, it's like embers in a fire. Like it's hair there, but it's just constantly glowing. It's really hot.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm also gonna give myself an undercut
Awesome.
and shave off some like length because I can.
Yeah. And we'll say no rolls needed for that one. It's your own. You've cut your hair before, and you're very dexterous. It's much easier. Well, actually, I think it's harder to cut your own hair, but we're gonna say
I've
that
done it
you've done it before. Cool. So we got 2 new
Practice
haircuts.
And Pip's braiding it.
Yeah.
It's
Pip's
a little
braiding.
different.
Very nice. Anything else for the group as far as downtime activities?
Hey Pip,
Think.
what kind of spells do you have? Like,
A lot.
cause can you help me? I've been trying to figure out how to work this spells that come with my tattoo, and I haven't really figured it out. I wanna test that. Can you help me with that?
You'll practice.
Are there any spells that you want to practice with?
Are you having a spell fight?
a spell MD?
Yeah.
I mean, there was only one that I hadn't used, and I just used it. But I could try to use it more now that it's not on the machine.
We can always test stuff
I don't
on
know.
the red caps because they seem like bullies. And I mean, Max said that like she doesn't really care very
Care
much
about
until
them.
like less than 30. So as long as we don't kill more than 30, we should be fine.
This is why they wanted to be unsupervised.
Yes.
This is not the haircut stuff. This.
Mhm.
We started with talking about haircuts,
It's always
and then
how
it kind
it
of
goes,
devolved.
you know?
What was
And
the
we're like,
correct quote of both of them being
You've been
like, in my
left
defense, I was
unsupervised."
left unsupervised. You're left with
Yep.
the other person. I was left unsupervised.
That is exactly what is happening right now.
Do Spark and Eris just get a bad feeling as they're breaking off pieces of the city and being like,
Probably.
You're like, it's
Yeah.
real quiet in here.
Yeah. It's like, wait, I thought Eris and Pip were over there. They're not.
I'm
Should
sure it's fine.
It's a small place. They can't get into too much trouble.
Cut. It just cuts to them like
Armor.
chasing after red caps, just firing
Yeah.
spells.
Let's go! Speaking of, I actually really do need help figuring out my tattoo.
What's your
You
tattoo?
get Nature's Kiss as well.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. But yeah,
Which
we'll
is
say,
funny that I asked Pip for help with
Yeah,
it and not
and
you
not-
who
Instead
also
of
has it.
Spark,
Yeah.
who consistently uses it.
Mhm.
Yup.
But yeah, we're gonna end tonight's session here.
Oh, wait, I had something.
Oh,
I had
never mind. Then
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
do that, and then we'll end it. For picking up next time. Yeah. What
So,
is
yeah,
Eris up
at
to?
the end of each night, Eris like goes out on her own, I guess, and like kind of is looking in the direction of El Terrell and smokes a cigarette and just like thinks about
Yeah.
the people she's trying to save.
Good thing they're still in your memories, huh?
Yeah, good thing.
But yeah,
The thing that stuff surrounding the candle wasn't taken, just the candle.
yeah.
Mhm.
We'll end tonight's session with that imagery of Eris smoking a cigarette, looking out towards El Terrell, in the
Well, in the
red
distance,
sky.
you have Pip and Nefira just
Yeah, just
throwing
causing
so
mayhem
many magic spells.
with some red caps. Awesome.